Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a very big, very fun, and very important match in VLA history. It is the championship match for the women's division of the 2023 VLA Cup tournament between the Midwest Magic and the Northeast Force. What a pleasure it has been to finally produce women's volleyball on the VLA stage this tournament. 8 teams, 4 runners of the VLA women's division. It has come down to these 2. Midwest Magic, based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, but really representing the entire Midwest region. And the Northeast Force out of Norwalk, Connecticut, suburban New York City. Northeast Force Women's, the sister franchise of the Northeast Force men's team that just moments ago clinched their first ever men's Tier 1 playoff berth appearance. Northeast Force run by Garrett Minyard on the men's side, and his wife Kat Daly Minyard wears number 52 on the 52, excuse me, on the women's side. Just about ready to go here. The Midwest Magic in purple on the far side of your screen. Mackenzie Welsh out of the University of Michigan will start us off serving. Northeast Force in the black and orange on the near side. VLA Cup women's final, best 3 out of 5 sets. And we are underway. My name is Rob St. Clair, live on the VLA YouTube channel. And already a very good defensive play. Transition chance for Hannah Murdoch. Kept alive pretty easily. And I like the forced set to the middle. No pun intended on the Northeast Force, but they are on the board first. That's Katie Dorenzo, number 66 in black, off a good delivery from Lucia Boyanets. Ooh, connection not quite there on the set there from Mackenzie Welsh. Trying to push it out quickly. If I'm not mistaken, we got a little 6-2 action being run by the Midwest Magic. Mackenzie Welsh at setter, and opposite her right now is Christy Doherty, number 4 in purple. I think both of them will set when they're in the back row and take swings when they're in the front row, and that is a beautiful put away by Doherty down the line around the block of Iman Kennedy. Really good dig by Welsh against Minyard. Doherty chopped down the line, is kept alive nicely. Kennedy rolled over the top, good defense there as well. Again, a swing from Doherty, and this one off the block and out of bounds. Christy Doherty, about a 5'9" setter, opposite outside hitter, whatever you want to call her. She can do a little bit of everything out of Lawrence Tech University in Southeast Michigan. Nice set by Boyanets to the middle, but a good block touch slows it down. Chance for Doherty again in transition. Rolled through the block and down. And the Midwest Magic off to a very nice start. Starting lineups for the Northeast Force: Kat Minyard, Melissa Rigo at outside hitters. Boyanets at setter, Kennedy at opposite. There is Minyard slowed down by the block, but it does fall on the floor on the Magic side to get Northeast Force out of rotation 1, and Kat Daly Minyard, co-owner with her husband Garrett of the Northeast Volleyball Club in Connecticut, and has been spearheading Northeast Force women's program on the VLA level this weekend. Here they are in the final. What a rip down the line. Gorgeous swing from Mikhail Willman, number 8 in purple. Played a couple years at Iowa State. She has a cannon for a right arm and is one of the most lethal servers in the women's tournament. Maddie Burt's the middle blocker there serving. Rigo, high flat off the hands and out of. It is an ace serve by Dorenzo. We're not totally sure if that ball caught the baseline, but it absolutely did. Katie Dorenzo, number 66 in black out of Sacred Heart. Doherty again, what a bomb down the line. Man, I would not have expected with this sort of 6-2 configuration for the Midwest Magic Not have expected the 5'9" setter opposite hybrid to be the primary engine of the offense so far, but that's exactly what Christy Doherty has been. She's back at the service line here, pretty good pressure. Nice set against the flow by Bojanec. That pancake play is made. No, it is not. That ball is down. Bit of a delayed call, but I think that's correct. I think that ball caught a piece of the floor. Tight pass and thrown to the floor by Kim Wright. Number 62 in black, the other middle blocker for the Northeast Force. Taking advantage of the service pressure from Kennedy. It's 8-5 Force here in the first set. Willman roll shot slapped back down by the block, but good coverage. Nice shot out of the back row by Hannah Murdoch. Gets the Magic out of a tricky rotation. Murdoch, number 13 in purple. Played at Michigan State before graduate transferring to Grand Valley State, also in Michigan. And here is Mikhail Willman. Again, a really dangerous server, right on cue. A perfectly located spin serve ace right on the sideline. That is nasty, untouchable serving from Willman. And the Magic are back within one. This is going to be a key rotation in this match, is how many points can the Magic string together in Willman's service rotation. Willman again puts pressure on Minyard. The ball's barely kept alive, and we're going to get a free ball out of it. Slide blocked and covered. That is maybe touched by the block, but regardless, down on the Midwest Magic side. Aaron Schweitzer, the middle blocker there, number 18 in purple. Couldn't find a way around the block, and a big side out from Northeast Force with some good blocking to take Willman off the service line, and now here's Rigo. Really good dig by Rigo, transition chance. Minyard against two blockers, deep cross court dug by Sikora. Another free ball chance here though for the Force. And, oh, good defense. The ball rattled around through the block off the slide, still alive. Willman out of the back row in the pipe position, missed it out of bounds, and the best rally we've seen so far goes the way of the Northeast Force, but get ready for a lot more of that. This team's been delivering some amazing volleyball. The level of defense in particular has been very impressive. Tight pass by Doherty, but this overpass swing by Minyard is rejected. And man, I really like the way the Midwest Magic are using the total Swiss Army knife of a player that Christy Doherty is. She's lined up at opposite right now, but that time she stepped into the passing pattern. Good swing on the left side by Minyard. Beautiful one-on-one delivery set up by Lucia Bojanec, the Croatian setter from Oral Roberts University. Not a great pass by Doherty. Murdoch will take an out-of-system swing. Great look in transition here for the Force, and pounded in the middle by Dorenzo. What a set by Bojanec again. Getting up a little tight for that pass, and was able to pull a blocker away in doing so. Very nice work. Pretty good diving effort there by Rigo in position 6, but that is a mismatch for sure. Hannah Murdoch, good size, about 6'2", against a much smaller blocker in Bojanec of the Force against her. Look for the Magic to utilize that matchup for sure. But a similar situation here with Doherty now in the front court blocking for the Magic. Also a little undersized. See if Minyard at about 6'2" as well can go over the top of her. Inside set on the 32. Nice creative play, but the Magic are all over it defensively. Off-speed shot, tapped up in the air, but it falls. A little miscommunication on the Northeast side. And nice break point there for the Midwest Magic off the serve of their setter, Mackenzie Welsh. Good roll shot choice there by Minyard. Rolled into the donut, we call it, that as all the defenders are spread towards the sidelines, that leaves the donut or the campfire, the dead center of the court, wide open. Good offense there. It's Willman out of the back row. And now she comes to the front court. A lot of really high-level experience in this women's tournament, not at the VLA level, obviously, being the debut of the women's division, but these ladies have played really good volleyball all over the globe. Some big-name NCAA programs represented and some overseas experience for sure, just like we see on the men's side. That's the beauty of this women's division this weekend. The first of many great women's volleyball events put on by the VLA. Rigo accelerates to a quick set, but is rejected by Schweitzer in the middle. Might have been a little bit of seam to swing at there. Schweitzer did a good job of getting her hands over the net fast enough to block that ball and get back within one. 13 serving 14 here, Maddie Birch. Big middle blocker, 6'3", back at the service line. Kennedy is rejected. What a block by McCall Willman, excuse me. Taking the line away from Kennedy, and we have a timeout, Northeast Force. I was expecting that potentially. A couple momentum building points for the Magic in a row, but we are tied up at 14. Great volleyball here in the first set of the championship match. As we come out of the timeout, we see some discussions with one of our officials on the Northeast Force side. I'm not sure about what exactly. We haven't had any substitutions that I have seen. Looks like we're ready to go. Yes, tied up at 14 out of the timeout. Maddie Birch for the Magic serving. And they go to the middle, the Northeast Force to Katie Dorenzo. get out of that rotation quickly. Nice timeout and good first ball side out execution. Really good dig there by Minyard. Rigo, high flat through a seam in the block and down. Awesome defense to transitioning to offense for the Northeast Force. 2 points in a row out of that timeout. Excellent play in position 6 by Kat Minyard. Murdoch, the victim of some service pressure there, but an amazing set from Mackenzie Welsh. Almost sitting on the floor to get that quickly to the middle, and Aaron Schweitzer puts it away. That was really nicely done. Ooh, Willman is stuffed straight down. What a block by Hyman Kennedy. Getting some revenge for a couple points ago. That's a fun individual matchup. And now we've got a little 6-2 substitution. So Bojanec and Kennedy go to the bench. It is, oh, I don't have a number 54 in my roster list. I'm assuming that's Yana Kmetz, the backup setter. And the new opposite is Jamie Daly, number 53 in black. Here's the service rotation. Mikhail Willman is really dangerous. That ball fought off nicely by libero Samantha Dubiel. But a pretty good look here for the Magic in transition. Murdoch deep cross court, dug again. Good dig there by Doherty. Willman out of the back row looking for the position 1 corner and missed it out of bounds. I like the set choice to give the ball to the active server to keep her in rhythm. But missed out of bounds by about a ball width. That's a big break for the Northeast Force. They're back up by 1, 18-17. As that serve drifts out of bounds and we're tied once again. Inside set to Minyard again, and she's rejected. Welsh is all over that. We've seen that play a couple times where the Force brings the outside hitter well inside the sideline, attack that inside ball, but it has not created the separation from the Magic block like they were hoping it would. And that would the Midwest Magic take the lead 19-18, and that serve isn't going to be brought back. Float serve shanked into the scorer's table. That's Aaron Schweitzer with the service pressure and a huge swing at 20-18. I'm surprised we don't have a Northeast Force timeout right here. See if they can get this side out of rotation 2 after putting in the backup setter and backup opposite. Daly sends over a free ball and sent back on the first contact by Welsh. And now at 21-18, this has to be a timeout for the Force, and it is. Garrett Minyard there, Coach Frog Ogilvie there as well. Last time the Force called a timeout, they were able to reset the momentum and build a little run. Going to do the same thing here. Getting good late in set number 1 of this championship match. Good play there for the Northeast Force out of the timeout. Kat Daly Minyard off the block and out of bounds, and it's a 2-point game at 19-21. Northeast Force need some break points. Kim Wright, the middle blocker, back at the service line. Oh, nicely disguised setter dump by Mackenzie Welsh. Went up with two hands until the last possible second. 22-19. Wow, straight over the top of the block. What a great high swing by Kat Minyard. Really good high contact point, and now the double substitution for the Northeast Force is undone. So Boyanis and Kennedy are back at setter and opposite respectively, but international sub rules here in the women's game as well as the men's. That means Kometz and Daly are done for the set. Oh, what a block, one-on-one. Iman Kennedy shuts down Hannah Murdoch in rotation one. Big time momentum building block and a break point for the Force. It is a 1-point game. Huge move there by number 65 in black. Great size, Iman Kennedy at 6'3". Doherty against two big blockers. Nice cross-court swing. 4-4 against two huge blockers from an undersized attacker like that. Man, Christy Doherty has been very impressive so far. One-on-one generated from Minyard on the right side, but a good defensive play. This is a hittable ball for Willman, but Dubiel is there. Kennedy's got a swing for the tie. So, excuse me, would be a 1-point deficit if the Force can get this done. Huge point here for that reason. Boyanis sends it over pretty easily. Now Doherty ripped down the line, and even Dubiel, excellent libero out of the University of Florida, couldn't handle the heat on that one. And it's set point Midwest Magic. I thought there might have been a chance for the Force to generate some offense in one of those transition plays. They gave it away a little too easily, and now they're facing set point. Hannah Murdoch at 24-21. Kennedy on the left side, down the line looking for a touch. That ball is missed out of bounds, no touch detected, and that is it. The Midwest Magic, excuse me. They take set number one of this championship match, 25-21. So our Midwestern representatives here in Chicago draw first blood in the final. They pull away late. And the teams will change sides and be right back with set number two. Really good volleyball so far in the women's championship match of the 2023 VLA Cup. Set number 2 underway live from the 2023 VLA Cup in Chicago. I'm Rob St. Clair here for you with the women's finals. The Midwest Magic took the first over the Northeast Force. And a pretty good rally setting the tone here in the second set. Another defensive play there is made. Minyard on the right side is shut down by Birch. Good blocking for number 3 in purple. Ends an extended rally. They've got a bit of a lineup change. Interestingly, Julia Borges, number 10 in purple, is in at opposite for Christy Doherty. So a little more size, but I really was impressed by Doherty's versatility and the way the Magic used her in the first set. So maybe we'll see her come off the bench to play some backcourt rotations. Good dig there by Welsh. There is Borges, the left-hander, slowed down on her first attempt. Sakura is there defensively. Now Willman out of the back row is deflected off the block on its way out of bounds. That ball is just barely out of bounds deep. Didn't quite catch a piece of the baseline. Inside set to Minyard again. That is down the line and missed out of bounds. Minyard looking for the touch, but as far as my calculations go, the Force is 0 for 3 trying to run that play. That 32 ball, the inside set to the outside, has not worked for them. The Magic have been all over it. Welsh's service run continues. Good start to the second set for the Midwest Magic. Minyard, more traditional outside ball this time, and a nice high rip off the block of Borges and out of bounds. Smart shot there by Borges off the block. Oh, wait a minute. Wondering who touched that ball last. I'm almost positive that was off the Force block and out of bounds. We're going to have a conversation about this with our line judge and the up official. Sometimes if you're an up official and that net play happens literally right in front of you, it's actually kind of tricky to see. So that's why we have line judges. No block up there in front of Birch. So that'll be one of the easier kills of her career. A good start for the Magic. This set continues. Good block there by Willman against Kennedy, and no coverage there deep enough to keep it alive. Mikhail Willman having herself a really nice tournament. And a timeout, Northeast Force trailing by 5 here early in the second set. Out of the timeout here, Maddie Birch serving. Northeast forcing to put some offense together. Really good dig by Murdoch out of the back row. The net was moving. I'm not sure where or why, but I think Magic might have gotten away with a little net touch, but the Force do win the point in the end. Nice physical play on the left side that time. I think Melissa Rigo will get credit for a kill on that play. And here's Dorenzo serving. Makes the middle blocker, Schweitzer past that ball. Willman off speed, that is good enough to find the floor. Nice shot choice by number 8 in purple. Borges, the left-hander from the service line, stays in at the starting opposite spot, and that is such a good blocking play by Aaron Schweitzer to get the block touch and immediately land, jump right back up and take a swipe at the ball. Very nicely done by number 18 in purple. This is all Midwest Magic here to start the second set, and they made a lineup change after winning a set and haven't missed a beat, and that is the luckiest of all service aces. Julia Borges on the tape trickler. Don't ask how, they ask how many, and how many is 12 serving 5. Ooh, good looking swing down the line by Borges, but just barely pulled across her body and out of bounds. The Northeast Force starving for break points. Will certainly take that. 7 serving 12. That's Kat Attar, a new face this set. Number 56 in black, back at the service line, playing defense in position 6. There is Rigo in transition, able to beat the block cross court through and down, and a little run happening here for the Northeast Force. And they certainly needed it. is Rigo back to serve, and the tape gets in the way of that one. So Schweitzer back to serve for the Magic. Birch to the front court from the bench in the middle blocker spot. Both teams have manipulated their lineups a little bit. It's something that we talk about on the men's side in VLA events all the time. Like these are long tournaments. You're playing a lot of best of fives. Managing your roster, figuring out when to put in different players to keep your team's level high is a skill, and it comes from learning. And in the first VLA women's event ever, we're already seeing that learning happening on the fly on the women's side. The Force in particular have a pretty deep bench. They've got some good options they can go to, and they have. They've used basically all of their bodies already through about a set and a half. Ooh, that ball is blocked and barely covered, then sent out of bounds. Katie Dorenzo, number 66 in black, all over that one. And after a slow start, the Northeast Force are very much back in this set. And an ace serve there. Shank float serve into the antenna. The Force run continues, and you can feel the momentum tipping towards the ladies from Connecticut on the far side. Excellent serving from the middle blocker, Kim Wright. Another good one, but Borges the opposite in the passing pattern, puts up a nail, and that was definitely a net touch by Murdoch after she landed, called eventually, and the Northeast run continues. So now it's just a 1-point game. Man, I feel like it was 12-5 just a second ago. Northeast Force have brought it all the way back to 1. Timeout Magic. Nice, fun, streaky volleyball here in set number 2 of the women's final. Out of the timeout, the pressure from Kim Wright continues from the service line. The Force have a great look in transition. Swing for the tie from Minyard is slowed down by a good block touch. Murdoch, cross-court dug again. That ball almost into the ceiling, but stayed beneath it. Deep tip down the line is good enough to score for Minyard, and we are tied. It is 15-15. What a run the Northeast Force are on right now. Something in the neighborhood of a 10-3 run. Very impressive. And it continues. Kim Wright is picking the Magic apart from the service line right now, and the Northeast Force have taken the lead. And will this be a Magic timeout? They have one left. Momentum 100% on the Northeast side right now. And it continues, another float service ace. Shanked by Murdoch, well located into the seam. But this is not the serve that I would think would go on such a devastating run like this. Midwest Magic are not putting in Christy Doherty like we saw in the first set. Another tough pass from Murdoch. And she's rejected on the left side and can't be covered. Katie Dorenzo is there with the block that time. The run continues. If you're the Midwest Magic, when do you want to use this timeout? This seems like the momentum is just getting out of control. 18-15 Force. That's a good pass there from Sakura. Murdoch, really sharp cross court. Great play by Minyard to keep it alive, but a free ball here. Magic must have this. Willman out of the back row, and she does. No, she does not. A back row attack violation. Stepping on the 10-foot line as she jumped to go get that ball. And the run continues. The Northeast Force are up by 4. Murdoch, dug by Bojanec, who's playing defense in left front. That ball recycled into the block by Minyard. Back row swing by right, totally legal, but kept alive nicely by the Magic. Murdoch finally on the left side unleashes cross court to end the run. It is 16-19 after all that. I'm pretty sure it was 12-5. 12-5 Midwest Magic. Now anything but. Northeast Force looking great to take this second set. That particular service run is over. Let's see if the Magic have one of their own up their sleeves. A tip by Minyard off the block, covered pretty easily. She'll get another swing, but couldn't quite adjust to that ball outside the antenna. So unable to send that one inbounds, and Welsh will go back to serve again. Nice break point there for the Midwest Magic. Tight pass, but Bojanec wins the joust. Number 17 in black. Man, what do we say about setters all the time? There's just something about playing the position that makes you naturally more likely to win those joust plays. Bojanec's undersized, but she pushes it through the block that time to bail out her reception. You know, that was a nice play. And she goes back to serve as well. And forces an overpass. Free ball look here for the Force. Dorenzo in the middle, ripped wrist away, but out of bounds wide, no touch. Missed opportunity there on a free ball. It's a 2-point game, not over yet. Tipped over the top. Minyard just over the outstretched fingertips of Willman. And in front of the diving defender, it's 21-18 Force. And big there for the Northeast to get out of rotation 1. That serve barely trickles over the tape. Murdoch will step in to set this ball. Willman dug nicely by Dubiel. Willman again against 2 blockers, high off the hands, and good enough to score. Nice drive shot there for number 8 in purple. Smart volleyball. See 2 blockers in front of you. Hit it hard off the high part of the block. The worst that's going to happen is you'll get it covered back on your side. Nice block touch there as well. And diving Birch. And diving Birch touched it. Diving Welsh couldn't bring it back. 22-19 Force. Perfect pass by Willman. That ball is somehow kept alive. Good swing from Borges. Free ball for the Magic. Does Welsh go right back to her? No, Willman blasted off, I think, the head of the blocker. I think that went off the top of Kim Wright's head. Yeah, she's signaling yes, it did. But she gets a kiss on the top of the head from Kennedy, and she's all good to go. That ball was crushed. Mikhail Willman has a cannon. We've seen it from the service line. Now her team needs a couple break points to maybe force a little overtime action set number 2. Nobody would complain about that, certainly. Asking you shall receive for break points. Julia Borges back to serve again, the lefty. Perfect pass by Minyard. Kennedy ripped cross court through a seam in the block off of Borges defensively, and a clutch side out for the Northeast Force. Willman on the outside, blasted. Good delivery from Welsh as well. That connection is really nice. And this is it right here, the service turn of McHale Willman against this Northeast Force reception rotation. Rotation 4 receive, 1 point game. Massive moment in this championship match right here. Willman keeps the serve in play. Tricky swing coming from Rigo, but does such a good job. Deep cross court off the fingertips of the block. That is the most pivotal side out by either team this match, as the Northeast Force get Willman off the service line and keep their lead at 2. Murdoch, nice high swing there as well. Somehow kept alive, amazing scramble, but a free ball for the Magic. Inside ball, Murdoch, sharp cross court, thumb down, inside the sideline out of the reach of a diving Dubiel. Seen both teams run that inside ball to the left side with varying amounts of success at best. That time it worked for the Magic. 1 point game, set point Northeast Force in reception. Schweitzer to serve to keep the Magic alive. Rigo, Bayana, it's, oh my goodness, the two-handed setter dump. What a time to pull out the two-handed setter dump. Lucia Boyanats. And the Northeast Force storm back from down as many as 7 in the first set to take the second, 25-23. And this championship match is tied up at 1. What a fun battle we have on our hands here, and it's nowhere close to over. We'll be right back with set number 3 after the teams change sides. That ball was not out of bounds by much as we are underway here in set number 3 live from Chicago. The 2023 VLA Cup Women's Championship match. Rob St. Clair with you live as the Northeast Force and the Midwest Magic tied at 1 set apiece. Magic in purple on the far side, Force in dark blue and orange on the near side. And that free ball is sent out of bounds. The Magic's early lead is 4-1, and the Magic have gone back to the starting lineup that they used in the first set, with Christy Doherty, the sort of Swiss Army knife player, lined up at opposite. Nice high swing there. Kat Minyard quickly off the block and out of bounds across court. Nice shot by Doherty. Kind of dropped her elbow, rolled that ball off the low part of Minyard's block and where she saw that space. And it's funny, just as I say that, exactly what Kat and Garrett Minyard, husband and wife duo, right now are talking about. It's about Kat reaching too high on her block against a much smaller hitter. Nice set by Bojanac to the middle. Put away by Katie Dorenzo. Now a substitution as Kat Attar goes to the bench from Melissa Rigo. So the front court outside hitter back in. Both of these setters, man, all of these ladies this whole week have done an amazing job putting on great volleyball. But I really like the setters. I think that's a huge difference that has separated some of these teams is great setting. Mackenzie Welsh and Lucia Bojanac doing an awesome job. That is such a good reach by Welsh, but now a transition look for the Force. Rigo on the left side. That ball is down off the diving effort of Murdoch and underneath the net. Nice run down by Kat Minyard to position 6. We'll take all the time we need to clean up the floor on the Magic side. Doherty, nice high shot down the line. Beautifully mechanic. Just, man, such good fundamentals, everything about that swing. And if you're an undersized attacker, that is, you can't take any more good cues from Christy Doherty. She's tremendous. Nice high contact point, good shoulder work. And here she goes back to serve. Pretty good pass by Dubiel. Rigo challenges the block and puts it through the arms of Schweitzer and down on the Magic side. Perfect hand pass there by Murdoch. Schweitzer on the slide, ripped through a seam in the block. And we haven't actually seen that much slide run. A couple attempts by the Magic, but very little slide presence from the Northeast Force at least. They like that right side attacking presence to come from the opposite, whether in the front row or the back row. Here is Willman, the Magic's most dangerous server, and that is an easy leave to let that one go out of bounds. Not perfect hand contact that time from Willman. Ooh, not a good float service error there by Kennedy on a standing float serve to leave it short. Pretty good touch there by Birch. Willman out of the back room transition, rolled and kept alive. Rigo, deep cross court. Schweitzer couldn't handle the heat. Side out Northeast Force. Rigo shrugs her shoulders. That ball drifts almost all the way back to Connecticut. Paintbrush there by Kim Wright, not perfect connection. What a block though! Oh my goodness, Kim Wright flying in to shut down the cross court from Doherty. I think Minyard might have pulled her block away, trying not to get tooled like she did before. What a move by Kim Wright, that was awesome. Perfect pass by Willman. Doherty slowed down by a very good block touch of Bojanec. Transition chance. Ripped cross court by Minyard. It is a 1-point game. That is textbook stuff right there from the Northeast Force. Bojanec doesn't need to stuff block very many balls. They're only 5'8", but a good touch. Basically created a free ball for the Force, and Minyard made no mistake about it. Here's Wright serving. She had the huge service run in the second set. But this time, Hannah Murdoch on the inside ball on the right side gets the side out immediately. Chopped on the left side by Minyard, looking for the baseline, but missed it out of bounds long. 3-point lead here for the Midwest Magic. Hannah Murdoch, number 13 in purple out of Michigan State, continuing to serve. Maybe a little confusion there on the combination play, but it worked out. Kennedy got the fingertips of the block. Wasn't sure if that deflected or not, but the touch called right away. There's Northeast Force co-owner Garrett Minyard talking to Lucia Bojanec about serving. Wonder if Garrett is even aware that his Northeast Force men's team clinched a playoff spot for the first time in their history. Good block touch there against Birch, but unfortunately for the Force, a defensive miscommunication. Nice little stab reach on the block touch there by Minyard, but couldn't be taken advantage of. 13-10 Magic. Maddie Birch, the big middle blocker, back to the service line. Not a great pass. Kennedy will take it out of system. Swing and buries it cross court through the block. I wonder where that went. Maybe right between the two blockers. Pretty good float service pressure there by Minyard. Kind of a weird scramble there for the Magic. They are able to send it over, and Schweitzer's there with the block. Tipped down the line by Rigo is a smart choice. Doherty right on top of the net is able to take a swing at it, and she puts it away. Man, I loved watching Christy Doherty play this weekend and in this match. A lot of confidence and just a lot of skill. All these girls, really, a lot of confidence, a lot of skill. Kennedy cross court inside the block off the tape and down. Nice bump set there from Bojanec. (12) serving 14 with the VLA Cup on the line. The trophy is in the building. Got 2 trophies that were given out today, one here to the women, and the men's finals coming up after these matches right now. That ball is put away by Willman off the left side, off the defense and into the ceiling. By the way, there are still 4 matches going on right now, which is crazy. We've got on the men's side, the New York Lost Travelers and the Steel City Surge playing the silver bracket final. And then a couple of gold bracket placement games. The Milwaukee Gold, the 6-3-0 Buddy Bears are live right now. The SoCal Rising Tide and the Kentucky Unicorns are live right now. But all focus, at least for me, on the women's final. That was a beautiful dig by Dubiel down the line. Schweitzer in the middle over the tape, somehow kept alive. Kennedy sends it back. Murdoch deep cross court. Dubiel is there again. Minyard on the pipe. Diving play made by Welsh. Great rally here. Another dig for Dubiel. It's at least 3 in this rally alone. And Kennedy puts it away through the block and down. It's off of Murdoch and straight down on the Magic side. Awesome rally. Great work by libero Samantha Dubiel. There's a slide to Schweitzer all the way to the antenna. It's kept alive nicely and now transition. That ball was touched by the block, or was it? No, no touch, 4 contacts. I think both officials took a second to lock eyes and confirm that they were on the same page. That ball did not touch the Magic block, and it's a 3-point Midwest Magic lead. Substitution as Kennedy goes to the bench and Jamie Daly in at backcourt opposite of sorts, or defensive specialist, perhaps. Slide to right, wrist away down the line. What a shot. That connection wasn't perfect. It looked like Wright was a little early, maybe underneath that ball, but she somehow turned her thumb down to hit that outside the block. Very nicely done. Really good dig by Dubiel again. She is making her presence felt, but a free ball for the Magic. Ooh, Welsh wins the joust briefly. Wright makes a good play to keep it alive, and the swing by Minyard good enough to score. Another amazing play by Kim Wright. Got beaten on a joust, but reacted enough to scoop that ball upwards, and it turns into a Northeast point. There's some fun scramble plays that we're watching here in the women's final. Another dig by Dubiel. Minyard tipped down the line, but out of bounds wide. Good leave by both Welsh and Doherty. Pretty good pass by Rigo. Pushed to Minyard on the outside. Diving play made by Welsh, but it couldn't be brought back by her teammates. (16-17). Then mostly just a side-out game here in set number 3. The execution level's been very high. Heck of a pass by Willman to fight that off. That was a really good serve. And a hittable ball for Murdoch. But the defense is there. Now a Magic free ball, but smartly takes Welsh, the setter, out of the play. Murdoch tipped over the top, and with no libero on the floor, Murdoch's off-speed choice was a good one. Good cover off the block there in the middle. Boyanet's setter attack is kept alive, but it'll produce a Northeast free ball. Minyard chopped down the line right on the baseline. Got a little Northeast crowd in the house here in Chicago. I would certainly assume that's the Northeast Force men's team, who just clinched a playoff spot in men's Tier 1. Sticking around to support their ladies. 1-point game. Magic clinging to a 1-point lead. Wow, what a rip by Willman. Even better dig by Dubiel, and a miscommunication on the overpass swing as both Birch and Willman went up for it. And I think it might have been some friendly fire of sorts. I think Willman took either like a hand or an elbow of Birch to the face. So she's gonna walk that off. We'll take all the time we need. Yep, Willman is shaking enough. She's giving the thumbs up to the officials. That's good to see. That was a rocket that she just hit. That last rally was absorbed nicely by Dubiel. So now a tie game here in set number 3. Bayanet serving. Really nice pass by Murdoch. And Doherty tools the block of Minyard, wrist away out of bounds. (19-18) Magic. Birch back to serve. And tapped down by Doherty. Nice service pressure. Not a great pass from Rigo, and a big break point there for the Magic. Let's see, is that 19-18? I think it should be 20-18 now. Yes, there it is. And timeout force as the Magic's late set 3 lead is 2. Good battle here in the 3rd set of this championship match. Who's going to separate and take a 2 sets to 1 lead? We will see. Big side out here for the force out of the timeout if they can get it. It'll be an out-of-system swing from Minyard against 2 blockers. Good defense. Great look here for the Magic. Willman dug by Kennedy off the hands. Yeah, this is a slightly hittable ball for Murdoch, yeah. Minyard tipped down the line on the right side, and nobody there in the deep position 5 corner. So a pretty good rally. Side out achieved for the force. Minyard back to serve, 1-point hole. Rotation 3 received here for the Magic. Doherty, the right side attacker in the front court right now. Tight pass by Sikora. That pancake play is made and recycled nicely by Welsh. Even as a back row player, she did that legally, and it pays off. Willman puts it away. What a play by Mackenzie Welsh. A back row setter couldn't jump and attack that ball. She stayed on the ground and tipped it softly into the block, got her own rebound. What a smart play. 21-19 Magic. Doherty back to serve. Pressure on the force here to side out. Kennedy on the right side, dug through the block, but not controlled very well by Murdoch. That was a diggable ball. And here we are once again with a 1-point 3rd set. Katie DiRenzo back to the service line. Schweitzer on the slide is dug through the block. Rigo in transition is dug by Sikora, just beneath the ceiling, still alive. Tricky ball for Willman, but she sends it over. Ooh, misconnection there in the middle. Basically a free ball here for the Magic. Willman buried cross court. 22-20. Big rally won there by the Midwest Magic. And now Willman back to serve. Hasn't had an ace since I think her first serve of the match back in the first set, and that one is not out by much. Good leave by the Force receivers. Still, Northeast needs a break point from somewhere. And that's not going to do it. That float service arrow missed short. Kennedy out of the back row, dug nicely by Willman. Huge transition swing for Murdoch, and dug into the ceiling. Enough sauce on that one from Hannah Murdoch to force the dig into the ceiling. Ceiling out of bounds immediately in the VLA, provided our facilities allow, and this nice high ceiling at the College of DuPage certainly does. That will bring up set point Magic, 24-21 after this Northeast timeout. Set point here, Midwest Magic out of the timeout. Erin Schweitzer with the honors at 24-21. Must win this side out point for the Force. But the coverage off the block created some traffic and the ball falls. That will do it. The Midwest Magic separate late. They win set 3, 25-21. And basically the closest thing we have in the women's division this weekend to a home team. Midwest Magic out of Milwaukee representing the whole Midwest region. They are one set away from being the first ever Women's VLA Cup champions. Now this match is not over yet. Set 4 coming up in just a minute after the teams change sides. just about ready here for set number 4, coming your way live from Chicago. 2023 VLA Cup Women's Championship match. The Midwest Magic lead the Northeast Force 2-1. Rob St. Clair with you live here on the VLA YouTube channel. Thanks very much for tuning in. It's been an incredible tournament and such an awesome debut for the VLA Women's Division. About time we were able to give so many great women's volleyball players a platform and a place to play. And 8 teams helped us kick off the women's division, and we know that this offseason several more will spring up because of what these ladies have done this weekend. But we've got a trophy to hand out before any of that. Midwest Magic in purple on the near side, looking to close this thing out in 4. And that ball is touched by the block. Good high swing by Kat Minyard. Here is Kim Wright, the middle blocker for the Northeast Force. I was just about to talk about some of the service runs that she's been on, but not that time, into the top of the tape. So here's Welsh back to serve, the setter out of the University of Michigan. Teams trading service errors, looking a little like men's volleyball over here. Doherty, deep cross court. Dubio keeps it alive. Kennedy runs it down by the Northeast bench, but a free ball here for the Magic. Set to Birch in the middle. That is 4 contacts. Yep. I haven't seen all that much middle attack from Maddie Birch in particular. We've seen some from Schweitzer, the other middle for the Magic. Birch more of a blocking middle, but she gets the gap set that time and puts it away. One-on-one generated. What a set by Bojanats to Minyard on the right side, who blasts it cross court. Minyard back to serve. 3 serving 2 in the 4th. A lot more volleyball left to play with the cup on the line. Willman able to keep that inside the antenna. Now Rigo, sharp cross court, just barely missed the sideline. The Magic dodge a bullet on that one. And we're tied up at 3. New middle blocker in this set for the Northeast Force is Lauren Bennett, number 50. There she is with a cover. Sorry, take a swing earlier in the rally. But now Doherty has a swing, goes down the line, and doesn't catch the block on its way out of bounds. That would have been an incredible shot, but definitely wide and no touch detected. So new middle blocker Lauren Bennett out of UMass Lowell, number 50 in dark blue. Back to serve. Beautiful cross-court swing by Willman. Doherty back to serve. Perfect pass by Minyard. And the turn by Wright in the middle, assisted by the tape. And it softly falls on the Magic side. Slide all the way back to Schweitzer. Amazing cover by Kimi Sikora off the block. And no double contact. If you're new to VLA volleyball, we will not call double contacts on the first or second touch. So something a little different. We want the whistle, or we want the ball to decide the end of the rally, not the whistle. as few subjective calls made as possible. A good play there by Willman to find the floor, but rule of thumb, first contact, we will never call a double. Second contact, we will never call a double as long as it is one motion and the ball stays on the same team's side. So you can get away with whatever mangling of the ball you want because you don't gain an advantage from it. That is our philosophy with the VLA. And while the Midwest Magic do lead 2-1, Mikhail Willman hasn't totally gotten it going from the service line. Otherwise, this match might already be over. 7-5 force here in the second set. Fourth set, excuse me. Inside ball to Murdoch. Okay, I like this play, and I like that we've seen both teams run it. This inside ball, sort of a 32 from like to either outside hitter. We've seen it from Murdoch for the Magic. We've seen it from Minyard for the Force. But the Magic have defended against it much better. That ball slapped off the block and out of bounds. Kim Wright on the slide, and she goes back to serve. Pretty good pass by Doherty. Willman accelerates out of the back row. That ball dug somehow right on the net. Now the Magic have an out-of-system swing. Really good dig by Wright, the middle blocker. Minyard through the block of Birch and down on the Magic side. Amazing defense by both teams, but that scramble by the Force was something special, and they turned it into a point and a 9-6 lead. Tight set for Murdoch. She tips it over the top. Nice play made. Minyard ripped sharp cross court. Another amazing defensive play. I think that was Kat Attar, number 56, diving in position one to keep that ball off the floor. And it was worth it. What a defensive play. Not a great pass from Willman. Another out-of-system swing for Murdoch. And diving play there by Rigo in position 6. Couldn't quite be controlled. So the Magic are out of that rotation. 7 serving 10. We've already seen comebacks before. Much bigger ones than 3 points. 3 points is nothing. Could happen right in this service run, potentially. Good touch there by Doherty against Minyard. And Doherty in transition. Roll shot finds the floor. What a sequence. How tall is Christy Doherty on the roster? 5'9", a 5'9" opposite utility Swiss Army knife player, touching a ball from a player significantly taller than her, and then turning around to score. Really good stuff. Minyard, deep cross court, barely missed out of bounds. No touch called. Net was very close to the baseline, but I think the right call there out of bounds. So sure enough, Midwest Magic right back within 1. And the overpass Force tapped down for the tie. Question from the Force on if that ball was touched before it got to the plane of the net, but that looked clean to me, and we're tied up at 10. It's a good short float serve there by Mackenzie Welsh. That ball hit out of bounds by Minyard. The run continues. Mackenzie Welsh on at least a 4-0 run, and then as the Magic take the lead, Northeast Force needs timeout. Sure enough, comebacks are possible, streaks can happen, momentum can turn, and it has. Timeout Force here in the 4th set. Out of the timeout, can Welsh continue this run for the Magic? Good pass. Bennett is blocked in the middle and covered, and that time Murdoch wins the joust against Boyanats. Okay, what a run in the serve of Mackenzie Welsh. 12-10, 5-0 Magic run. And the run is over as Welsh misses that serve out of bounds, but certainly a productive trip to the line. Now a substitution for the Force as Iman Kennedy comes back in at opposite number 65. Ooh, that ball can't really be retrieved. Not a great pass. Not technically an ace, but the next best thing, and we're tied up once again. Boyanats serving deep and tracked out of bounds by Kimi Sikora. Murdoch working on Dubiel. Kennedy with an out-of-system swing. Sikora is there. Now Willman in transition. Down the line, what a shot. Amazing shot across her body in an out-of-system situation. 14-12 Magic. Rotation 1 receive here for the Force. Minyard's got to be the primary option, you would think, on the right side. This is Kennedy on the left, and she takes advantage of the size mismatch of the smaller blocker Doherty. Minyard back to serve, 1-point Force deficit. Still, anything is possible in this fourth set. Doherty, what a shot down the line. That is gorgeous. What great shoulder work and thumb down, wrist away spin. That was very good swing by number 4 in purple. 2-point Magic lead. Nice dig by Welsh cross court against Kennedy. Willman in transition, rolled. Boyanats is there. Willman, deep cross courts. Off the defensive Minyard into the floor. I really like what the Midwest Magic are doing. Whenever Welsh, the setter, is out of the play, their secondary setter jobs have been executed very well. It's just been clean, nice high balls that are hittable for hitters all over the court from different places. Ooh, good diving play there by Schweitzer in the middle to keep it alive, but a good chance here for the Force. Bennett tipped in the middle and dug. Free ball chance here. Rigo blocked by Schweitzer and somehow kept alive, but a free ball here for the Magic. Welsh, Schweitzer in the middle, crossbody off of Boyanats and out of bounds. Magic lead is 4. It's 17-13. I think the Force have one more timeout, but they're not going to use it yet. Kennedy on the right side, blasted through a seam in the block and down. That is a big side out for the Northeast ladies from Connecticut. But now work to do on the serve of Lauren Bennett. Nice one-handed set by Welsh, but a net violation is the call against the Magic, either on Welsh or Willman. Either way, Northeast point. Big one there, bring it within 2. Oh my goodness, what a block. Huge block on Christy Doherty. Wright and Rigo were all over it. that ball was absolutely destroyed by Mikhail Willman. Oh my goodness. That was a bomb. Oh my goodness, what a block. Mikhail Willman one-on-one against Kennedy. That was huge. Mikhail Willman has lit up the highlight reel these last couple of points. It's 19-16 Magic. Could they be closing in? Oh, not yet. What a bomb straight down by Kim Wright, crossbody in the middle. That was crushed. Free ball chance here. That ball might have been going out of bounds, but played by Kennedy. Rigo rattles it through the block and scores. And the Magic are not happy about something here. And our officials, all four officials are going to have a conversation about this. As it stands right now, it's 19-18 Magic. Force are trying to claw back here late in the fourth set, but that is pending the outcome of this conversation. Right now, we're still having a conversation with the officials. Mikhail Willman is back at the service line as if the Midwest Magic won that point. I wish I was down there and could hear this conversation. The score has been updated to 20-17, so whatever it was could have had to do with the antenna. Like the line judges all conferred and were on the same page, but the Magic should have been awarded that last point. So that is what's happening right now, I think. And after that was all explained to Northeast captain Kat Minyard, we are ready to resume. It is 20-17 Magic. And Mikhail Willman is at the service line. Pivotal point right here. Must side out for the Force. Good pass. Rigo out of system, dug by Sikora. Murdoch, dug by Minyard. Rigo again, dug by Willman, but can't be brought back by Doherty. Clutch, Melissa Rigo. Now Rigo goes back to serve, 2-point deficit. Schweitzer on the slide is dug by Bojanec. Rigo is stuffed straight down. What a block by Schweitzer. 1-on-1 against the out-of-system back row swing. (21-18). Schweitzer serving, pressure's on, free ball magic. Doherty, Welsh, inside ball to Murdoch, tip deep and dug. Minyard is slowed down. Willman out of the back row, tip takes the setter out of the play. Minyard down the line is dug by Doherty. Might be the rally of the match right here. Can Murdoch end it? No, not yet. Minyard. Doherty is all over the off speed. Setter dump from Welsh. What a rally. And Mackenzie Welsh, after the perfect off speed dig by Christy Doherty, throws that ball to the center of the floor in the second contact. It's 22-18 Magic. Timeout forced, their second and final. The Midwest Magic and Captain Rachel Aumann are 3 points away. What a match this has already been. And will it have one more turn out of this timeout late in the fourth set? 22-18 Magic. The trophy is on hand. Will it stay here in the Midwest, or is it flying back to the East Coast? Aaron Schweitzer, number 18 in purple, out of the timeout. Whoa, what a rip by Wright on the slide. Clutch, perfectly executed side out for the Northeast Force. And this would be a nice time for a similar service run to what Kim Wright put together in the second set. 19-22, 3 side outs, and this tournament belongs to the Midwest Magic. Doherty fights it off. Murdoch will take an out-of-system swing. Kennedy's underneath it. Rigo dug easily by Sikora. Birch in the middle. Connection not great. Haven't seen Maddie Birch do much offensively. Break point for the Northeast Force. It's 20 serving 22. Murdoch, deep cross court, missed out of bounds wide. Another break point for the Northeast Force. It's 21-22. Right on cue, Kim Wright, W-R-I-G-H-T that is stringing together the points that the Northeast Force needs to get back into this fourth set. Murdoch can't, finally is able to get a kill. Just about to say she was slowed down or stopped the last couple points, but that time she rattles it through the block against the smaller blocker in Bojanec. Good matchup utilization. Big side out now, Mackenzie Welsh. The setter and server, 2 points away. Minyard down the line, out of bounds long, and no touch off the block. It is match point magic. Championship point magic. Could this be it? Mackenzie Welsh. Tight pass by Rigo. Sikora is there. Doherty stuffed straight down by Minyard. What a block. What a block by Kat Minyard. 1 match point saved. Rotation 1 received for the Magic. They are stacking all their attackers on the left side. Bojanec to serve to stay alive. Murdoch will have a swing for the championship. Kept alive on the roll shot by Minyard. Minyard blocked and covered. Minyard again, slowed down. Sikora, Welsh, Murdoch, missed just out of bounds. Just barely out of bounds, cross court off the tape, and another match point is saved. Timeout Magic, 24-23. What a match. Of all rotations to have to try and side out to win a tournament, it is rotation 1 for the Midwest Magic. Always a tricky one for any team where you kind of have to jumble your attackers' formations. What are they going to do in this timeout to engineer some offense for one play? And if you're the Northeast Force, you've got a lot of confidence right now. You've made an amazing comeback from 22 to 18 down. Match point Magic. They have lined up in a more traditional rotation 1 with Murdoch going to pass an attack on the right side. Bilyanet's got to serve in. She does. Murdoch on the right side, dug by Rigo. Kennedy to stay alive, dug by Doherty. Murdoch off the block and out of bounds. Hannah Murdoch on the right side got the deflection. And the Midwest Magic have won the 2023 VLA Cup Women's title. What a tournament and what a dramatic fourth set. 25-23, won by the Midwest Magic. Rachel Alman and the whole group will keep the trophy in the Midwest. The first VLA Cup Women's Tournament winners in history. Congratulations to the Midwest Magic. And just as many congratulations to the Northeast Force on an incredible tournament and such a great performance in the final. But the trophy is staying here. The celebration is on. The trophy has been given out. There's the bracket. There's the celebratory photos. Congratulations to the Midwest Magic. And congratulations to all 8 women's VLA teams on an extremely successful first tournament. What an awesome event. And thank you all so much for watching the first great women's VLA tournament of many. We're excited to produce much more women's volleyball next season. But now, all eyes on the finals of the men's tournament. The Las Vegas Team NV against the Hawaii Imiola coming up next. I'm Rob St. Clair signing off. We'll be back. For the finals, probably about 5 p.m. Central. We'll get that start time confirmed. Check our social media and check here on YouTube. We'll be back for the men's finals in just a bit.